Came into his own in terms of his post play, his aggressiveness. I think he just believed in his own mind and his own heart that he was now a good offensive player. And that's the case, no question.
I'll tell you what, the defenders didn't even get a sniff of him on that move to the hoop.
And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession.
And a look here at the Heat, how they ranked in the NBA last season. First in shooting percentage, second in steals, and they also showed up in the top 5 in opponents' points per game. It's obvious the hard work this team has put into being good defensively has paid off.
And Clark, the key number that you just talked about to me is field goal percentage. And when you're the best in the league shooting the basketball, it's a clear sign that you have an unselfish team and a clear plan of attack. That club, very impressive with their offensive efficiency.
Unfortunately, that's been the result for him over and over, guys. He just cannot find the bottom of the basket.
And let's catch up with our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, over to you.
Well, guys, Kyrie Irving, the #1 pick overall back in 2011, a player who promised himself he'd play in the NBA when he was just in the 4th grade. He said that came from his father. Confidence, confidence, confidence. That's all my dad preached. He'd always tell me, Kyrie, you could be this, you could be that. My dad had more belief in me than I had in myself. Gentlemen.
You know, it helps having people boosting you up, Doris. Thanks. Here's Muhammad. The 76ers again can't hit it.
You know, so many games are decided by which team wins the rebound battle, and that's held true in this one so far, Steve.
And even if it's only a modest advantage that they have in that category, it's still a significant factor.
And it's slammed in by Garnett.
Wow, what an incredible run they're on. This is as good an offense as you will see.
Well, every single guy on the floor right now just feeling it.
Kicks to Kobe, and the foul on Dwayne Wade. That is his first foul of the game. J.J. Barea is checked in for Shabazz Muhammad. The Heat also changing it up. Vince Carter, he's checked in for Pierce. Allen comes in for Dwayne Wade. And it's Nash in for Michael Carter-Williams. Nash, the pass to Hibbert, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
They've done a lot of good work with the ball, really moving both the ball and moving bodies, getting quality chances at the hoop.
And they're not wasting chances when they get them. I mean, they're hitting their shot. That's the way to respond. I mean, anything you can do, I can do better.
Well, maybe a little bit of a duel starting to erupt between these two guys.
Well, it's possible. I mean, they definitely went at each other hard on those last 2 trips.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Jones is checked in, and it's blocked by Garnett.
Trailing here in the game, you can look at his performance as a direct indicator of why they're losing.
And stolen by Irving. The 15-footer misses off the left iron.
That's a shot he's got to hit. You don't get too many better looks from that range.
And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Well, a tough season for Steve Nash last year. Injuries limiting him to only a few games, and now in his 40s, it's looking like this might be his last go-around.
And for Steve Nash, the last couple seasons, issues with his hip, hamstring, a fractured leg, and then nerve damage. It's been tough sledding.
Yeah, it really has been, and it's a product of a long Hall of Fame career, and the body inevitably starts to wear down. I mean, it's tough, but I understand his motivation to finish his career on his terms, especially after all the work he's put in to get him back on the court. But sometimes the storybook ending you desire just doesn't come to be.
They need a good offensive possession.
Yeah, they've had a number of empty ones, a long time without a basket.
I got to find something. You're right.
Well, they've been better than good on the glass today. There's a glaring discrepancy between these teams in that area of the game.
Yeah, that's what's paved the way for them to build this big lead, no question.
Jones with the screen on Nash. Here's Barea. And Plumlee kicks to Lewis. Philadelphia moving the ball around. Shot clock at 6. Miller. And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot 2 right here.
Andre Miller with 15 seasons under his belt. He says he thinks he can play until he's 40. And I'll tell you, with his style of play, it doesn't seem like a stretch. He's low to the ground. He plays with a craftiness that really doesn't require a ton of speed.
Lenz checked in for Plumlee. Chris Anderson is checked in for Miami. There's 38 seconds left in the first half of the game. And it's Miller penetrating. Kicks it out to Jones. Another miss by Philadelphia. Now Anderson. Here's Carter. And Jones sends it back. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession.
17 seconds on the shot clock. 17.
From the inbound. Takes a big high bounce and goes in.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, if you just looked at assists as the measuring stick, they've been by far the better team.
Some rugged defense there against one of the stronger finishers in the game.
Here's Allen. The shot is off. So as we conclude the first half... Welcome back, everybody. Third quarter just about to get going here in what has been so far a runaway game. D-Wade really playing well in this one.
Yeah, he played a very mature first half offensively, just finding gaps and making good decisions, getting into the defense and knocking down shots.
Well, the way he played that first half, that's exactly what we're talking about when we say offensive efficiency.
And as we begin the second half, first half wasn't even close, guys, and we'll see if there is a comeback on our hands or more of the same as we get the third quarter started.
Philadelphia needs to do a better job guarding against Wade.
He's got 10 points, and he was able to come up with one steal, too.
Yeah, he's defending very well, Clark. He's disrupting the offense. He's playing the passing lanes, trying to put as much pressure on as possible.
And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go for the second half of basketball. On the floor for Miami, they've got Roy Hibbert, Garnett out there with Jordan Hamilton. Then it's Michael Carter-Williams, and it's Wade in at the 2 spot. Takes a 3. The basket good off the assist from Carter-Williams. Carter-Williams has got his 4th assist in this one.
You know, the Sixers have really undergone a complete reversal in recent years from a team with a very old-school, traditional front office to a team that's now focused on the science and analytics of winning basketball. And quite honestly, guys, we're seeing more and more teams embrace the analytics side of things.
Wade, good.
And that's 4 straight from the field, guys. Off to a quick start this third quarter.
The 76ers have gone 0 of 3 and are still looking for that first bucket here in the second half. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Another miss by Philadelphia. And for the Sixers, their new stat-driven decision-making permeates the organization from ownership, Steve, to the front office, all the way down to the coaching staff.
Well, it's where the league seems to be going, Kevin. You know, teams are trying to think further ahead and see opportunities for strategic advantages. But look, it's still a balance. You've got to have chemistry and coaching, and those numbers will come in play, but they can't be the be-all, end-all.
Paul Pierce is checked in for Jordan Hamilton. Now let's go to Doris Burke. Doris?
Well, Sixers coach Brett Brown, for 12 years an assistant with the Spurs. Coach Popovich said he, quote, lives and breathes the game. Fellow Spurs alum, Hawks coach Mike Budenholzer said he fits Philly because he's blue-collar and he's a tough dude. He's demanding, but players love and respect him. Kevin?
The perfect guy to rebuild their foundation indeed. Doris, thank you. Muhammad, no luck.
They're losing their composure a little bit here on the bad end of a run.
Yeah, they are, and they need to come up with a rally-wrecking play here to stop this run.
That one goes. Count it. And it's now 23 points for Wade.
He shot the ball exceptionally well as they've built this lead for themselves here.
Irving against Carter-Williams. Here's Bryant. And nothing but hair on that one.
Not a good look at the hoop. They've got to do a better job offensively creating some space.
It's good, and he threw contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A three-point play chance here. It's going to be Wade shooting. It's going to be on Kobe Bryant. Lenz checked in for Philadelphia. The Heat also changing it up. Anderson comes in for Roy Hibbert. And Allen subbed in for Kevin Garnett. The 76ers again can't hit it.
And excellent interior defense there. Good rotations.
No doubt about it, Steve. He's a real presence inside. Takes up a lot of space.
They are killing them with that three-point shot here in the second half.
Well, the defense fully stretched out trying to stop that shot and still not able to get it done.
And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
Heat ball.
Right now, let's bring up the 2K leaderboard and see the teams that really knew how to clog the passing lanes last season. The 76ers #1. The Heat in second.
Both these teams were really good defensively a year ago, and that showed up in those steals numbers.
And he overdid it there. Too much force, it looked like, on the foul, and he's called for the flagrant.
And a lot of contact right there. I think the officials are making the correct call here. And this sort of call, of course, always about protecting the players. You can't allow unnecessary contact, and sometimes the players let the emotion get the best of them. And you make a foul like that, it's going to be enforced every time.
You know, I don't think many people would disagree with the stance that it's a very important objective to, to make sure every... Everything is done to limit any sort of unnecessary contact. Here's what Philadelphia's going with right now. Luer comes in for Taj Gibson. And Miller's subbed in for Muhammad. And Miami with a change here, too. Carter, he's checked in for Dwayne Wade.
Nice, accurate pass right into the middle.
And Miami has possession. They've only allowed 2 points so far here in the second half. And this is the first season matchup for them against this 76ers team.
Well, somehow they managed to actually lose the season series to this squad last year. I guess some teams just kind of have your number.
Irving dishes to Miller. Back to Irving. Looking to end his cold spell. Anderson with the block. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. It's going to be on Kobe Bryant.
You know, the Sixers, quite honestly, since 2003 have been a team stuck on that treadmill of mediocrity, never winning more than 43 games. You know, last season the organization finally committed to a full overhaul and rebuild.
Catching up on the changes for Philadelphia. Jones checked in for Bryant. And Barea subbed in for Irving. And Miami also making a switch. Wade's checked in.
Textbook defending there. He didn't give him an inch of space to get that shot off.
Yeah, great footwork and terrific positioning, Clark.
The kick out to Pierce. It's tipped. And it's out of bounds to the Heat as Miami retains possession.
Now we get a chance to check out Michael Carter-Williams. Last year, getting it done. 7th in steals. And his passing skills were on full display last season. He was in the top 15 in the league in assists.
And, Steve, I don't think you can overstate his steal numbers. I mean, they're way up there, and it's a credit to his concentration and his quickness and his aggressiveness.
And the Sixers rebuild really started in earnest during the 2013 draft when they traded away their all-star point guard Drew Holiday to New Orleans for 2 separate first-round picks. A defining move, I think, to strategically weaken the team while acquiring assets.
And the dunk by Lamb.
Make it 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right, Kevin?
Yeah, that's right. You got it. And he was ultra safe with that dunk.
No reason not to be.
Might as well remove all doubt, right?
And Wade slams.